Hey everyone, Discordian Kitty here. Ghosts of Koresh is around the corner and this patch is about to drop all the lore bombs. So many lore bombs. You won't believe how many lore bombs. Far too many for one video. So I thought it'd be fun to go through some of the biggest ones from the main quest line. 10 is a nice YouTube friendly number, right? Obviously, major spoilers ahead. We're going to be talking about the upcoming patch. It's unreleased content. So if you'd rather avoid spoilers, make sure to bookmark this video now so that you can come back to it later. And in the meantime, you can watch my video about the current story from this patch, or my recent video about player housing, or whatever works best for you. Lore Bomb 1. We didn't kill Dimensius. Alright, maybe this one isn't a lore bomb so much as, I don't know, a firework? We already suspected there was something off about the questline in Burning Crusade where we face and apparently destroy Dimensius. For a start, it was always weird that he was small enough to be defeated in a questline. When they describe Dimensius the all-devouring eater of planets, you kinda expect someone a little taller. Secondly, Locus-Walker Cho himself pretty much told us Dimensius was still around at the end of the recent Ethereal lore-walking campaign.
It was done. Dimensius was defeated. Though some questioned whether he was truly gone.
Oh, and also, all the promotion for Ghosts of Koresh has Dimensius all over it. So when Locus-Walker tells us that Dimensius the All-Devouring is still alive, it's not that big of a surprise. Not to us, anyway. Alaria seems pretty surprised, but that's our Alaria.
Time grows short. Dimensius, the all-devouring, stirs.
How? Dimensius was slain in the Netherstorm, along with Nexus-King Salhadaar.
Like the Koreshi people, the all-devouring was merely shattered and dispersed.
What is interesting is how Dimensius is coming back. Lore Bomb 2, the Ethereal are summoning Dimensius. Okay, again, not technically a huge lore reveal, but the Ethereal are supposed to be like this because of Dimensius. So even though we did already have some inkling of this from the whole Ethereal guy holding up the Dark Heart before the void-torn planet of Koresh directly before we learned Dimensius was going to be the next big boss we face thing, it is still surprising whenever we realize there are Ethereal who are Team Dimensius. It's like whenever someone you already know is deplorable does something really bad, you're not really surprised, but part of you still can't believe they'd sink that low. Specifically, it's the Shadow God Ethereal who are bringing back Dimensius. They've been working on this for some time, and it's why they allied with Xal'atath. It was all part of this greater plan. Obviously, the Dark Heart is about to play a role in Dimensius' return. But the Shadow Guard have also been on their own questline for a really long time, traveling around different worlds collecting fragments of Dimensius in kinda exactly the way we did when we thought we were defeating him.
On every world the Shadow Guard assaulted, they searched for fragments of their master. I have a new ally who revealed the Shadow Guard's methods and treacheries to me. Come. We are on the hunt.
This explains why the Dimensius we met was so small. As we already suspected, he was just a fragment. Locus-Walker tells us, when Koresh was destroyed, it scattered fragments of Dimensius across the great dark beyond. Under the guise of vengeance, Nexus-King Salhadaar sought out untethered fragments of the Void Lord, only to collect them and reforge him in our dimension. So, void creatures can be resurrected using their bits, especially if you gather a lot of their bits and put them together. Confirmed. My old god video is vindicated, and not for the first time either. Lore Bomb 3. Nexus-King Salhadaar was always Team Dimensius. Remember the Ethereum from Burning Crusade? The Ethereal who had become so consumed by their hatred and desire for revenge against Dimensius, they sought power at any cost, which even involved infusing themselves with the void. There's been speculation that the Shadow Guard are related to the Ethereum before. As it turns out, King Salhadaar, the original leader of the Ethereum, was secretly working for Dimensius from the start.
The Omen called you a rabble sorcerer. What did they mean?
During the first war against Dimensius, we Koreshi warred against each other as much as we fought against the Void. I was part of the Ravel, a group of technomancers, cartel leaders, and great thinkers. We focused on unorthodox solutions to the Dimensius problem.
Who warred against you?
King Salhadaar rallied the oracles of Koresh to his side. They thought to save the world. They almost doomed it. We did not know at the time that the king had given an oath to the All-Devouring.
So his hunt in Outland for Dimensius was just a ruse?
A ploy. He radicalized those in the Ethereals, seeking out the fragments of Dimensius for later conscription. The death of Salhadaar did not end the ascendancy of the Shadow Guard, as many in the Consortium had hoped.
How can we win this fight?
We must find a way to bring a fighting force to the Shadow Guard's Mana Forge. We must prevent the All-Devouring's return. If Dimensius should emerge fully formed, I know of nothing on this world capable of stopping him.
Again, we did already have some inkling of this. The Ethereum and Shadow Guard couldn't be more obviously Team Void if they tried. Also, Salhadaar was super shady in Locus-Walker's short story. He betrayed Locus-Walker, and also he was a high priest who made himself king, which everyone knows is the sort of thing that happens just before the torture and disappearances begin. I should point out, the Dungeon Journal does call Salhadaar the enemy of Dimensius, but this seemingly conflicting loyalty could have to do with the fact that he swore an oath. As we learn pretty quickly in Koresh, the Ethereal are willing to do pretty much anything rather than break an oath. Lore Bomb 4. Xal'atath is our ally. This could be the worst kept secret of the Ghosts of Koresh spoilers. Okay, maybe apart from the Dimensius one. Blizzard themselves have even already posted the cutscene revealing it. Much to Illyria's disgust, Locus-Walker has asked Xal'atath to be our ally against Dimensius.
Dimensius's power grows stronger every moment, Locus-Walker. Your mysterious ally's information has proven quite valuable in this fight. It's time we were introduced.
But Illyria, we've already met.
No! We need her!
I see you haven't changed at all.
You have joined forces with her! Have you lost your mind?
We are desperate. If Dimensius is revived, then all worlds will be devoured.
You broke my dark heart, Illyria. Without it, I cannot prevent Dimensius's return. At least, not on my own.
This is madness! We cannot trust her!
I'm not asking you to trust her. I'm asking you to trust me.
According to Xal'atath, she hates Dimensius and wants to see him defeated by any means necessary. At first, Illyria does her best to trust Locus-Walker. He is her mentor after all, and she's followed him this far. Still, she's not happy.
I could never ally with that monster!
Windrunner, Dimensius stirs. You must trust me. We have no better options.
I cannot believe you would partner with her! She's trying to kill me!
We've all tried to kill each other.
Ever so slightly self-involved there, Illyria. The problem with Xal'atath is less that she tried to kill you, more that she tried to claim our entire Worldsoul for herself.
Focus on the Void Lord, who will devour us all if he emerges.
You have every reason to hate her. For now, we need to work together.
Dimensius was smashed into as many shards as Koresh. But you've allowed the Shadow Guard to piece him back together.
I should just end her! Why are you protecting her, Locus-Walker?
It pains me to admit, but if we are to get you and the champion anywhere near Dimensius, then we need her expertise.
That means if you kill me, then you destroy Azeroth. That would be my next stop if I were a Void Lord.
I am not asking you to trust her. I'm asking you to trust me. Set aside your hunt, Windrunner. You will see why this is necessary.
Obviously, our first main question about this is why? As far as we knew, Xal'atath was Team Dimensius. They're old friends. A trading post item even claims he gave her gifts back during the Black Empire. She was his harbinger. Everyone tells me this means she was his Silver Surfer, and I'll understand what that means just as soon as James Gunn makes a movie about it. But apparently Xal'atath wasn't happy about being Dimensius' harbinger and was looking for a way out when Locus-Walker and his friends provided one.
Koresh was always harsh and unforgiving. Using our Rishi ribbons, the oracles turned the merciless wastes into a garden.
Rishi ribbons?
Relics from old Koresh that were used by the rabble, as dangerous as they are powerful.
So powerful that I betrayed the All-Devouring. I thought the ribbons would deliver me from his service.
You were here before! Is this all you're doing?
I was merely the harbinger to Dimensius. I did not destroy this world.
The Rishi ribbon lore is a little labored. It's always a little inelegant when a bunch of lore is heavily focused on some artifact that you know is going to become obsolete as soon as we move into a new patch or expansion. The Rishi ribbons are a basis for our upcoming legendary cloaks, so they're super powerful and very important, and we keep getting told that, even though we know they're going to have a shelf life that's only a little longer than our already obsolete Titan Disc Belt or Cersei's Circlet. Yeah, remember that one? And how Ashara herself was after that power? Still haven't seen Ashara, but the ring is already useless. I don't mind borrowed power as much as a lot of people, but I kinda wish they'd stop trying to write too much story about it. You're never going to make people suddenly care about this new thing as if it's like the Ashbringer, especially when we're already fully aware it's going to be forgotten in a couple of months, and the attempts to try and make them important just end up feeling a little forced. But the point is, the Rishi ribbons are currently the most powerful thing ever, so Xal'atath claims she thought they could help free her from Dimensius' control, and she ended up using those ribbons to, well, that's where things get really interesting. Lore Bomb 5. Xal'atath is the one who made the Ethereals ethereal, and she wants to do the same thing to us, which unfortunately does not unlock an ethereal allied race, so don't get your hopes up.
We cannot delay. Champion, grab hold of my Rishi ribbon. Xal'atath will transmute you into energy as she did the Koreshi.
This is madness! Don't let that monster touch you! You were the one that transformed the Ethereals and Brokers. I was told it was the energies of the Void.
The Void doesn't transform. It consumes. My skill and the power of the Rishi ribbons were required to change the Koreshi.
The rabble worked in secret, ensuring our people could survive Dimensius' energies in the inevitable destruction of Koresh.
You didn't tell your people the truth. To this day, they think it was Dimensius who changed them.
The Void feeds on conflict and panic. Had these rabble villains told the people how they intended to save them, it only would have empowered Dimensius.
That's not how I would have put it, but she is right that there was neither time nor trust. We had a difficult choice to make.
Before recent events, we knew that the Koreshi were torn apart by the arcane shields that they summoned to protect their planet against Dimensius. In a round of dev questions from 2010, we were told, although the dark energies were blocked, the prolonged exposure of arcane energy from the shields tore away the Koreshi's corporeal shells and infused their souls with enough energy to transform them into energy beings. During Locus-Walker's recent short story, The Doom of Koresh by Adam Christopher, we learned that the effect the shields had on the Koreshi's bodies was known as the wasting.
As the barriers were built, so those who worked upon them began to wither and weaken, their skin peeling away, scorched to ash like in a great fire. The wasting soon spread, away from the laborers who had the closest contact with the arcane, to the people of the cities themselves. Bodies burned, twisted, shriveled, the flesh charred with no heat as the unending flux of the barriers beat down on the people with the power of too many suns. All the Koreshi, from the oracles to the nomads of the wastelands, began wrapping their disintegrating forms in layered bindings. In time, the barriers protected city-states populated by faceless, featureless beings.
And in one of the most delightfully horrifying scenes I have ever read in a World of Warcraft story, we see how Locus-Walker first realized the wasting was also transforming the Koreshi into Ethereal.
I could scarcely believe it. Chryson moved to rise, but I motioned for her to stay where she was. I let go of her hand and she called out in surprise, but I was on my feet at once. I doused the lantern, plunging the bedchamber into sudden darkness. No, the room was not dark. There was a light, and it shone from Chryson herself, pale, faint, but present. As my eyes adjusted to the gloom, I saw the way the light moved under the bandages, not just on the portion I had exposed, but shining through other parts of her body. It was a light I knew. It was a light all the Koreshi had learned about over these last terrible years. It was the light of the arcane barriers. Chryson's wounds were no longer physical, they were magical. The transmutation powers of the Rishi ribbons had surpassed some threshold, something beyond my calculations yet again.
No longer beings of flesh.
I froze where I stood, the arcane glow from Chryson's body a ripple across the room, across my body.
Something more.
I listened to the voice in my mind, resisting the urge.
Yes, you know it is the answer.
To turn and face a presence I felt suddenly at my shoulder, but
you know it,
which was not there.
And now we know. That voice Locus-Walker was hearing was Xal'atath, helping to lead him towards creating the Ethereal.
The Rishi ribbons are powerful artifacts indeed, I said, and they have one last secret to unlock. I looked upon the blank, covered faces of my friends. Do you not see? If we are beings of energy, we will not need this world. We may go wherever we like, anywhere in the great dark beyond. The Rishi ribbons will not only allow us to survive, they will enable us to become something more.
Xal'atath maintains that her reason for getting involved was because she really hates Dimensius.
Why did you even help the Ravel in the first place, Xal'atath?
The same reason I'm helping you. The promise of an end to the all-devouring.
As we know, Locus-Walker was blamed for the Koreshi's transformation, which was technically true, but he and Xal'atath had saved the Ethereal as well. But a lot of Ethereal and Koresh don't accept that part and still blame and hate him to this day. But they have another reason to hate him, one that horrifies Alaria. And Xal'atath, troublemaker that she is, just seems absolutely gleeful about getting to be the one to reveal it to her. Lore Bomb 6. Locus-Walker destroyed Koresh. It wasn't Dimensius. Locus-Walker and his allies destroyed Koresh to destroy Dimensius.
Who controlled the Rishi Ribbons? Who wanted the Void Lord destroyed?
What are you saying? I've had enough of your whispers.
The All-Devouring didn't destroy the world. The Ravel destroyed Koresh to kill Dimensius.
No. No, they couldn't have. You are lying.
Ask them.
In an unreleased cutscene, Locus-Walker admits to Alaria that Xal'atath is telling the truth, and she doesn't take it well. Part of the description for this cutscene tells us, Locus-Walker insists it was the only way for them to survive Dimensius, but Alaria's trust in him is broken. She throws the Rishi ribbon down and storms off. Locus-Walker seems genuinely distressed over losing Alaria's trust. I know, right? Who knew? And Venari tries to comfort him in the most Venari way possible.
Stop wallowing. Go and defeat the Void Lord before he devours us all.
Oh, at least one of you lot has figured out their priorities.
Which brings me to one of the subtler lore bombs, when Venari makes a comment about knowing what the Void fears. Lore bomb 7. Venari knows something about death and the Void.
I have been to them all. I know what the Void fears.
I'm sure you do.
There has already been speculation that the Void fears death, because in the comic, Three Sisters, about the Windrunner reunion, when Alaria sees Sylvanas, who by that time was Team Jailer, the whispers in Alaria's head freak all the way out. This one is dangerous. She is a threat and must be ended. Beware this one. She seeks the death of all things, all possibilities. End her threat. Murder her. Murder her. Save yourself and murder her. Save the world and murder her. She is a violation. She serves the true enemy. Kill her now. Kill her now. Remove her from this world and take from her what you need. Now, now, now. The Maw is, obviously, an area in the Shadowlands, as we're all well aware now that we're suffering from the trauma brought on by revisiting that hell for the Collector's bounty mounts. So Venari's comment really feels very much like confirmation that the Void fears death. Which, if you think about it, kind of recontextualizes Sargeras a little. After all, when Sargeras discovered the threat of the Void, his solution was to destroy all life. Sargeras expressed his growing fear that existence itself was already flawed, an idea that he had come to terms with following his encounter with the Old Gods. Only by burning away all of creation could the Titans stand a chance of thwarting the Void Lord's ultimate goal. In Sargeras' mind, even a lifeless universe was better than one dominated by the Void. Sargeras ended up creating the Burning Legion, an army populated not with Titan beings but with demons associated with the force of chaos, or Fel, who happened to have the same long-term goal that he did. The Pantheon's attention was consumed by another, more immediate threat, demons. These ferocious creatures had been born from the twisting nether. Held in the thrall of unbridled hate and malice, they hungered for nothing less than the destruction of all life in the universe. Destroying all life, in other words, death, the force that the Void fears. And not all demons are from the force of chaos. The Dreadlords are from the realms of death. So maybe Sargeras also knows that only death can defeat the Void. Maybe it's something the Dreadlords told him. Maybe that's why demons were into bringing a bunch of death to the multiverse as well. Interestingly, Venari herself seems to have gotten everything she wanted from the realms of death, and these days is embracing life, namely through environmentalism. She seems absolutely devoted to doing everything she can to restore Koreshi's ecosystem.
The only thing holding everything together is my Rishi ribbon. I spent my fortune to acquire these ecodomes. I won't let them collapse.
Venari spent her own money? These ecodomes must be very serious business indeed. But back to Xal'atath, because Lore Bomb 8. Xal'atath was a mortal once. There was already speculation about her being a mortal once before. During one of her lore-walking questlines, we witnessed her being chided for not appreciating the gifts that had been given to her.
Xal'atath, you betrayed not only the strength of the Black Empire, but the very darkness that embraced you. As punishment for your craven selfishness, you will suffer in confinement.
We already knew mortals who are infused with enough void can be transformed into void creatures, and this was reaffirmed in Locus-Walker's new short story, where it's implied that the void revenant he and Ethereal killed towards the end of the story used to be his old lover, Chryson. So when I heard Xal'atath had revealed herself to have once been mortal, I believed it straight away. But now I have to be honest. As I said, I heard Xal'atath revealed she's mortal. Apparently, in a blink and you'll miss it gossip. I blinked and I missed it. At one point in the main questline, according to the WoW Wiki, Xal'atath would say, "Were you surprised to hear that Dimensius destroyed my own world as well? We are not as different as you might think." But by the time I played through the questline, this line had been replaced with a comment about convincing the Soul Scribe. And it does make sense the line was changed. For a start, she asks us if we were surprised to hear something that we're only hearing for the first time now. And I wasn't able to find another reference to Xal'atath's planet in the questline or in the zone. If you found one, please let me know. But still, even though this claim came from Xal'atath very briefly in Now Missing Gossip, I still believe it. The story feels like it's been laying the groundwork for this for a while.
It's been so long since I took a mortal form.
So maybe it's something they'll reveal properly after Ghosts of Koresh is live, in one of the unreleased cutscenes or as part of the final chapter of the main storyline. Either way, it would go a long way to explain just why Xal'atath hates Dimensius so much.
Why reveal your secrets, Harbinger? If you are here for the ribbon, you could just take it.
Revenge.
Moving on to Lore Bomb 9. Koresh's Worldsoul is still alive. Maybe. Okay, I'm cheating a little here because once again the source for this is Xal'atath, and this time I'm less inclined to believe her. To get the oracles on our side, the oracles are Ethereal, who used to be something like a speaker. Xal'atath convinces them that part of Koresh's Worldsoul is still alive. She even tells us she's going to make them believe it's possible to hear their Worldsoul once again.
I know what you yearn for, Oracle. You are no longer oath-bound to a dead king. Join our fight against Dimensius and hear the radiant song once more.
Afterwards, Xal'atath does her convincing during a ritual that couldn't look more like it's just a trick of the void if it tried.
Feast! Touch the fading heart of your world! Koresh! I heard. Koresh!
So, while the oracles do believe her, that really doesn't mean we should. That said, meeting another Worldsoul would be super cool, especially with it feeling more and more like our own is nearly ready to be born. And if Dimensius can survive Fragmented only to be revived later, then why not Koresh? Oh, and in related news, this one isn't really so much of a lore bomb, but Koresh is male. While Azeroth, like our own world, is generally referred to with she, her pronouns, Koresh is referred to as he, him.
I remember this feeling. The touch of Koresh. I wish to carry out my oaths to him.
Not massively important, but interesting. Which, if I'm being honest, could be said for our final lore bomb as well. Lore Bomb 10. Salhadaar is still alive. Which you might have already guessed from the fact that he's a boss in the raid. But in the storyline, it's a whole reveal. I'm not entirely sure of the details because it happens during a cutscene that isn't available, but even though we're the ones who apparently killed him ourselves, Salhadaar is still alive. This causes problems with the oracles even after convincing them to help us, because they had sworn an oath to him. And as I said before, oaths are extremely important in Koreshi society. Like, it cannot be overstated how seriously the Koreshi take their oaths. So when the oracles find out, they have no choice but to turn on us.
I don't care about your oaths. You don't have to betray us.
We have no choice. We will not die as oath breakers.
So does this mean Salhadaar is the mysterious master that the other Ethereal have been going on about? As we learned from Locus-Walker's story, Nexus Princess Kavesa used to be one of his friends. In fact, she promised to protect Chryson for him. Then Chryson turned up a Void Revenant, while Kavesa was reporting to this mysterious master, and is about to be our main enemy in Season 3's Delves. Is it possible Kavesa was working for Salhadaar all along? One thing we know for sure is the Dimensius conspiracy has been going on for a lot longer than we thought. But that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, you can let me know in the comments below, as well as like, subscribe, enable notifications, share, tell your friends, all the good YouTube stuff. You can also join me in thanking my patrons who help make sure these videos happen. I try to release a video every Friday, and you can sometimes find me streaming both on here and on Twitch. I'm always happy to talk about all things lore, so while that's all for now, hopefully I'll see you again soon.